It got interpreted a couple different ways. Do you, as far as your contract, do you feel like you want to be with the Giants going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see how it got interpreted. I didn't see any of that, but yeah, I love this place. I've really enjoyed my time here. I want to be here. I think there's a business side of it all, and a lot of that I can't control. So, I really enjoy it. Love and respect for this organization, the ownership, and the guys in this locker room. So, I'd love to be here. I've really enjoyed being here. And, we'll see how it all works out.
There was a report a couple weeks ago from Boomer Esiason that your side, your agent, you, and the Giants were close on an extension. Do you feel like you're close?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's much truth to that.
What would your thoughts be about the franchise tag? Some guys don't like it, some guys welcome it. How would you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll see how it all plays out. There's a lot that goes into that, and we're along. That's down the road, and this season's still very fresh. Last night, still very fresh, and we got to digest that and think about things going forward. But like I said, I've really enjoyed being here. And we'll see how it all works out.
Daniel, this is always an emotional day saying goodbye to guys. You don't know who's going to come back. You've been through this a couple of times, but this time it's you that isn't quite sure what the future holds here. How do you process that? How do you go through this?
Yeah, I think now more than anything, you're thinking about the guys. You're thinking about the locker room and what we've done this year. I feel like we've come a long way. It's a very close, tight-knit group of guys, and I've just loved being a part of it. I'm very grateful to each and every one of my teammates, and I've really enjoyed it. So it's a special group of guys, and it's I think that's what's going through your mind, and certainly what I'm thinking about right now.
You spoke last night about how you improved every week. Do you believe with this season that the Giants have a full body of work to assess what your future is with this team?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think I felt like I improved as a player this year. I thought as an offense, as a group, we improved a lot throughout the year. I'm proud of that. Proud to be a part of it. I think we got a lot of really good players, really good dudes, really good teammates, and grateful to be a part of it.
What do you think most allowed this team to take such a big step forward this year?
I think it has a lot to do with the type of guys we have on the team and the type of guys we have in the locker room, how much we care about each other. I think that affected how hard we worked during practice, during the week, how hard we worked to improve based on games and cleaning up certain things that allowed us to move forward and progress. But I think it was just about doing it for one another and wanting to do your best for the guy next to you. So I think that's a special part about this team, and it's a fun thing to be a part of.
Daniel, have you ever ended a season feeling like this? I mean, obviously last night was a big disappointment, but feeling like the future is pretty good for this team. You've had some rocky moments here as a team.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we were able to accomplish this year, certainly aren't satisfied with the result, and felt like there was more out there for us. But at the same time, we did make some progress and improved as a team throughout the year. So definitely proud of that and being a part of that.
Obviously, there'll be like business conversations, but have Joe or Dave just expressed to you that they want you back?
Yeah, I think we'll cross that bridge when we get there. It's all still very fresh from last night, and I think that's been what we've talked about to this point. So there's a lot of those conversations to be had down the road.
Will you leave here with little doubt that you'll be back next season? I mean, when you walk out of here, will you take a look around, or do you feel like in your mind, I'll be back at that locker right there next year?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think right now more than anything, thinking about this year and this team, and the guys, and how grateful I am to be a part of it. Special group of guys. I've really enjoyed being here. I have nothing but love and respect for this organization. I'd love to be back, but we'll see. And there's a business side of it too. So, very grateful to be here and be a part of it.
I know
Saquon called
you
you.
were never comfortable with the framing of this as a proven season, but now that it's over, I mean, do you feel like you proved something?
I think I'm proud of my improvement. I'm proud of my progress, and that's always the goal. You're never gonna get where you want to go. It's a continual process. It's a continual journey, and I feel like I made some strides in that regard. I think we all did as a team, and I'm proud of that.
It's not necessarily just like today or yesterday in discussions with Brian or Joe about wanting you back, but just at any point over the last few weeks, have they expressed to you like, we want to get something done in the offseason, we want to have you return as this team's quarterback?
I think we've had conversations, and they've been positive. I think I've made a lot of improvement this year. I'll let them speak for themselves, when it comes to that stuff. But we've had conversations. They've been positive, and enjoyed playing.
Is there a preference that you'd like to have these talks immediately, or personally, because this loss is still fresh in the season, would you like to just take a break and then rediscuss?
I think that's part of it. I think we all kind of feel that way. We put a lot of time and effort and energy into getting here, and it hurts to come up short, especially the way it happened last night. So, we'll take some time to regroup and refresh.
What do you think?
We'll take two more.
What do you think Saquon showed this year about maybe rejoining that top of the running backs conversation, and obviously his future's uncertain here too?
Yeah, I think he's the best running back in the league. I think he proved that this year to everyone and showed what he's capable of doing as a playmaker, as a dynamic, part of this offense. And I think there's no question he's the best player in the league at his position, and he proved that. So I'm happy for him. I think his health was obviously a big part of that, and he was able to stay healthy. And he deserves everything that's ahead of him. But as a friend and as a teammate, I'm happy for him and proud, and certainly not surprised with all the success he had.
Daniel, when you were drafted, you dealt with the business side then. You got a contract. You haven't had to deal with it until now. Is the business side of it uncomfortable for you?
I wouldn't say it's my favorite part of it. I think you play for the love of the game. You play for the opportunity to dedicate yourself to something and work to improve as a player, as a person. And to me, that's what it's about. That's why you do it. So, but at the same time, at this level, it is a business, and you can't ignore that piece of it. You've got to do it, and I understand that. But as a player and personally, I've always played for the love of the game and the opportunity to do something like that.
Do you know what most of the starting quarterbacks in the league make, give or take a few $1 million here or there? Do you have a good sense of that?
Yeah, I got a good sense.
You got a good sense?
How much do you compare yourself to those other guys in that regard? I'm better than this guy. I'm not as good as this guy. Or do you look at that? Or I'm not going to give what this guy's getting, but I can give what this guy's getting.
I don't know. I think try not to do that. I think over the course of these first few years, I think I've learned outside of the contract piece of it, just when you watch other players throughout the league and you get into situations where you're comparing yourself, I don't think that's ever fair, and not all that productive. Every situation's different. You don't know what exactly other guys are dealing with, and they don't know what you're dealing with. So at any position, I think comparing players across the league, I think at least I've learned, and I don't know how helpful it is.